you doing tonight? Yeah, that's what I like to hear. All right, guys. So I'm going to make this quick, but I was talking to somebody and I was like, man, the poem I'm going to read to start out is a little somber. And they're like, man, you're going to kill the mood. And so, disclaimer, guys, after I'm done with this, if it is a little somber, get psyched, because these guys have been practicing their butts off and they have some great songs to play. So make sure and get psyched for these guys, all right? And the second thing is that college has ingrained in me that I've got to cite my sources. And I'm a big believer that the title of a poem is the imprint of the person who wrote it. And I ended up using the title of a song that I love because it just fit. It just fit. So if by any random chance somebody's taking a video of this right now and Garrett Rapp from The Color Morale, that singer, if he happens to see this, I stole your song title. Hope you like the poem, brother. All right, guys. This is Humanican. I've heard the devil wears Prada, but that doesn't make sense because so does she. She's the she who wears a little too little powder so her freckles can speak a little louder. She's the she carrying her old and favorite backpack instead of a loaded makeup bag. She is the she with bare cracked lips that licked up all her cherry chapstick. She feels the she, feeling authentic and individualistic, but she can't tell if that she is imagination or reality. All she knows for sure is that false self-reassurance was the lure, but she provided the hook when she first said sure. She is the she who cries when she messes up the makeup because it's in her, not on her. Because when mascara runs, it steals her identity like a robber and takes it where she'll never find it, much less untie it from the bag that hides it. The whole time she looks in the mirror and she has her eyes closed in unadulterated fear. She's the she who refused to go outside with her dog and play fetch. And it's so easy to say, it's just a simple game of catch. But no, she sits inside on her seat because she feels like the one on a leash. She won't ever call her dog by his name. Her dog Sam hesitates because he's perfectly trained. She is the she who doesn't know who to speak about for the speech about her hero. She is the she who can't write about her parents who call her a zero. She is the she who takes the same grade and with the greatest shame is tamed, blamed, and told she doesn't have what it takes. And every time she speaks, she hears a little laughter. And the only word she hears a little louder. Speech impediment, thigmatism, sibilant, lisp. I've heard that the devil wears Abercrombie and Fitch. But that doesn't make sense because so does he. He is the he with the taped glasses and doesn't care about the laughing. He's the he with the favorite ballpoint pen coupled with the silly grin. He's the he wearing tan denim, and in the right way these things define him. He feels the he feeling authentic and individualistic. But he can't tell if that him is the past or the will be. All he knows for sure is that false self-reassurance was the lure, but he provided the hook when he first said sure. He is the he who screams and runs to hide in the dirty closet. Above his head, a button with a pin in its pocket. He closes the door from the inside and he's never been able to lock it. So he screams and he screams into those faded khaki jeans the whole time he dreams and he sees, he dreams and he sees. He just doesn't breathe. He is the he who can't even watch Batman with his parents. Not because it scares him. Not because it's grim. But because he's the only one in the room who knows the answer to, why so serious? Every time he hopes it's delirium, but there's no one there to hear him. He can't win and is convinced his face is the sin. He is the he born in a bathtub of rust. He is the he born in a bathtub full of dirty water, not love. He is the he who hopes his clothes will distract from the cleft lip his parents didn't have the money, the time, or the care to fix. He is the he walking down a black school hall holding a lighter. that lights up more than gums. It lights up what's within a little brighter. But that hallway turned his smile into a permanent aisle in a department store that only sells ridicule. And it's stuck in a permanent loop, and today is Black Friday, and the specials on aisle U. I know this all seems dramatic, because you can manipulate words to stretch like elastic. But when I, Benjamin James Taylor, was in 6th grade, I tried to hide in the bus seat and simply fade away, because I didn't have the guts to speak up when the other kids called my older brother fat. And I wanted to throw up right where I sat. And after the phone call from my best friend, as she told me about her frayed neck, it was her life she tried to end. All because of what someone said. And if you don't think these things happen, I want you to know this suicide attempt happened while she was attending C of O. And all these people too afraid to undress themselves because the only thing they've been told is that they have painted skin and that it always peels. And that the blood that glues together splinted wooden bones is always revealed. But you tell them, that's not something you need to seal. Because we're all just broken driftwood drifting together. And I promise you it's not impossible to be put back together. Because mute mirrors can't speak of who we are. And even though our reflections are marred, I promise you they cannot scratch the surface of our hearts. And that those spiteful words, they'll never set you apart. You can look away from the mirror without losing sight of yourself. Thank you. Woo!
Wow. All right, we're gonna play a song. Sung by a cool band called Me Without You. It's called In a Sweater Poorly Knit. In a sweater poorly knit with an unsuspecting smile, little Moses drifts downstream in the Nile. A fumbling reply, an awkward rigid laugh, and I'm carried helpless by my floating basket raft. Your flavor in my mind swings back and forth between sweeter than any wine and as bitter as mustard green, light and dark as honeydew and pumpernickel bread. The time I set for you seems to come out like instead. You'll plow some other field and try and forget my name. We'll see what harvest yields. Suppose now do the same. Plan to grow some peas first week of July. Come up to my knees, but they were maybe in the fingers from your flute to weave your colored yarns and boil down your fruit to reserves and make some jars. And the books are overdue and the goats are underfed. The trap I set for you seems